Welcome in, everybody. Welcome to the Golfing Dads. How's everybody doing this evening?
Another fabulous day here in the land that doesn't know what the weather is.
Oh, I mean, the Midwest is so drunk right now with the weather. It's
Yeah.
79 degrees, then it's 29 degrees. It's crazy. I played golf on Friday and had a winter jacket on again yesterday.
Yeah. So, yeah, tomorrow it's supposed to be
I don't have that
70s and
problem.
80s.
Yeah, Florida, you have other problems.
Where do we begin?
Yeah, exactly. So, I mean, right now, who is out there watching TGL right now? Because this is a dogfight out there, and Tiger Woods is back. I mean, it was interesting to see his first stroke back as a putter.
Yeah,
it made him go third on a par four, and he had to use putter, but he's putting right now.
Why wouldn't you not do that?
He just lipped out a tap-in, and LA takes the lead.
Oh boy.
He's got his old Scotty.
Hey, but on the plus side, it is all nice to be back together again.
I mean, welcome back, you two, from your cruises.
Yeah.
Hey,
sometimes you just got to get on a boat.
I think the fans enjoyed last week, our show. We had that's
the extreme nature of giving people what they want.
Exactly. That it is. We stuck you two out in the ocean and let me host for a day.
Yeah.
It was I gotta say, it's fun to host by yourself, but it's also exhausting to host by yourself. And it's more fun to have this banter back and forth. Dave, I love the cup. We are
if you blow on it, people will think it's coffee.
Yeah. Well,
it's
a magical cup. Steve, I gotta ask, are you going to be purchasing one of these since it's the last year?
It's funny. Have you seen it?
Oh, the vest? Yes, I have.
With the umbrella?
I don't know if the umbrella was just for like the commercial or it's actually going to be on it.
It is.
Okay. Because I saw the commercial where it had it, and then they put the umbrella on it. I didn't know if that was just a nod to the umbrellas, but yeah, that I think that has to be a purchase for you. You got to go there first thing on.
Yeah, we
Tuesday.
will be going there first thing. However, yeah, I don't know that I'm going to buy a lot this year. Like that's my hard part. Like,
well, that's the thing when it's not your first time. The first time you go, I think you spend a lot more money. The next time, you kind of know what you're looking for, and you're picking out just a few things here and there.
Yeah, it's funny. I'm gonna be greedy a little bit this year. If you clowns want something, let me know. Not a gnome, but I don't think I'm going to be purchasing anything for anybody other than my dad has asked for a quarter zip. So, and if I will say, if the Orlando golfer, and I believe he's watching right now, I want to give him a quick shout out. Brother, we're thinking about you. He and his wife have gone through some stuff. Her father, Hayden's father-in-law, passed away. So we're thinking about you, and just want to give you a quick shout out and let you know you are in our thoughts and prayers, brother. So, yeah.
100%.
So, the business of let's get into. We could talk about Augusta because I feel like we're going to get to that point anyway. And I know we talked about the business of golf when I teased the show today. There's a lot going on behind the scenes in the business of golf right now that I don't think a lot of people are really aware of.
Well, I think there's so many different aspects to the business of golf. There's clubs, there's actual there's golf clubs, and then there's golf clubs that you play at and clubs you play with. There's apparel, there's technology, there's the media, like what we fake it till we make it, pretend to be here. So there's so many different aspects of this. Then there's the social media influencers too. Like, we don't consider ourselves the influencers in the sense of we're out there on the course doing that fun stuff. We're here to talk to you kind of like a news media outlet and tell you what's going on and give you that from the business aspect. But there's a lot going on. And
I will say this, if we live closer together, I think we could have a lot of fun with Dave.
we would have some fun content, but geographically it makes it kind of tough right now.
Fat and I'm a punching bag. I get it.
But I'm going to go in first. I'm going to go first into talking about LA Golf and their whole Bryson DeChambeau thing. And we talked about this a few weeks ago.
Yep.
Where Bryson DeChambeau has gone from different club manufacturers, and he landed with LA Golf a few years back, right about the time he switched over to Live Golf. And they were trying to get him to find a driver head. They were mostly a shaft company at that time, and they have really branched out. Dresses Bucky Santa. They have branched out, and then all of a sudden Bryson comes and says, hey, for my sponsorship, I want to basically own your company. I want 51%.
And we laughed about it. Like we thought it was like crazy, right? Like,
it's the weirdest try at a hostile takeover I've ever seen. Let's be honest.
Well, and let's hold up. I gotta. Hey, buddy, how are you? Thanks for watching.
Hello, friends.
I think that there is a. I mean, we talked about it on here, and we thought this was crazy. But more has come out since then. And where Bryson came up with this is he hired some business aficionado and said, this is what you want. And they parted ways. All of a sudden, Bryson and LA Golf parted ways. And I think the funny part that I saw this week that happened, he may not have been far off if he was trying to save the company.
I don't think it was that he was trying to save the company. I think he saw the writing on the wall. And it was, hey, if I'm going to do this, I want to have control of it.
Mm-hmm.
And I don't know that he's the right person to control a golf manufacturing company.
And Reed wasn't going to give up that control. I can tell you that.
Oh, no, I don't think. And I think Bryson knew that. I think his business manager who's telling him to do this knew that as well. And this was a kind of a way that they could both kind of walk away from it. And I think Bryson was okay saying this, knowing that it was never going to happen. It's like, hey, shoot your shot. And if they want to do it, great.
Go big or go home.
At that point, if he takes over, then it's his show to call at that point, which would be the weirdest takeover, that you're the sponsor, but they're giving you the money and just ownership of the company. So I don't know how that would have worked, being the face of the company. But
just to bring everyone up to speed as what's gone on in the last 2 weeks since we talked about this, LA Golf has gone and gotten rid of all of their club builders and everything else. They brought everything in-house. The only thing you can do with them now is direct-to-consumer. They laid off 80% of their workforce. And so our friend Lee at Wedge FX, been on the show before, can't get and doesn't have access to get any of their product. Any club manufacturers can't get their product. You can only get it aftermarket, and you can only buy it through LA Golf. Now, this business model has worked, and the direct-to-consumer market has worked for many companies. We've had Simon on our show from Golf Brands Inc. They have a great direct-to-consumer model. Sub 70 has a great direct-to-consumer model. So when you have these models out there, they all started that way and launched that way. I have never seen, and Greg and Dave, tell me if you think I'm crazy, or tell me if you have.
Yeah.
Well, okay. Have you ever seen a brand that launched, went as big as these guys have gone, and then all of a sudden pulled back the rug and brought everything back to the DTC market?
So I've seen companies do it in the past, and these companies that do it, that have done it, are companies that, in all honesty, have gone bankrupt, and then decided that, hey, the way the world's going with the Amazon and online purchasing, that we're going to go that direct consumer where you have less overhead from staffing, having box stores that you can go into. Two examples that I can think of is one, the company that I used to work for was Sharper Image, which used to be a magazine, then went to stores, then went bankrupt, and then went back to online only. Another one that I can think of is Toys R Us. Toys R Us kind of did the same thing. They went bankrupt, they closed all their stores, and they went to an online only market. And it kind of seems that this is the way to kind of recover from that, where you can still have your brand, still have a market out there, but it's very small.
But
So
when you think of LA Golf and you think of the products that they sell, they're a very high-end brand. I mean, and Dave, you carry their shafts. I've carried their shafts. I have their shaft in my driver right now. It's $1,000 retail shaft. It's not like we're talking about a brand that is selling direct consumer priced goods. They're selling high-end gear.
It's not getting something off of Temu or Wish.
Correct. Right. Right. Like you don't
pretty
think
sure
of
you
LA
don't
Golf
swing
as
the LA Golf shaft off Temu or Wish.
like you don't think of LA Golf as a Temu brand. Like
Yeah.
And I don't even think of them as an Amazon brand. I think of them as they are a very high-end brand, a tour ready, a tour exclusive shaft that is, the Scotty Cameron TO putters. They are the TO shaft. Like every one of their shafts is spec to those standards. So why now?
Well, I think that with LA Golf shafts, you have a high-end market. I think, spread yourself too thin by getting out of the shaft game and getting into the club head game. I think that was a wrong move. I think it was a risk like you take at that time, but I think now that didn't pan out the way you thought it would. And you are good shaft makers. So go back to that. And I think if you go back to your roots there and stick with shaft making, because there are good shaft brands out there that just make shafts. That's what they do. And they work with club manufacturers. I think if they can get in with those club manufacturers as upgrades and also have the direct to consumer brand, because to be honest, a lot of those other shaft brands don't have that. You have to go to a box store and ordering through them. They're just directing you to another place to buy their stuff. I think LA could find that right niche in the market for them, but I think they're doing the right thing in a sense of, hey, let's step back and do what we're good at.
I get that. I just think you're going to see. I'll be honest with you. If I was Nostradamus and I had a crystal ball, I would say that by the end of 2026, they will not be in existence.
Well, that's what I think. If they have to make the right moves, and I think it's scaling back and getting back to your roots. But you have to make. I think they have to do the hustle they did at the beginning to keep that name for their shafts, because I think that growth didn't work for them.
And not sell a varsity jacket for $2,500, whatever they were trying to sell that varsity jacket for on their website.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Dave, from a financial standpoint.
I mean,
you look by the way, LA is up 6-2 right now. I just want to point that out.
We've seen it, you look at, the first thing that comes to mind for me is when Nike abandoned basically all of their golf, clubs and everything else. But, Nike is Nike. So, you're comparing apples and oranges, at that point in time. But I think if LA, I don't think they're going to fold. I really don't. I think as it scales back, and I think in the next 2 years, it's going to take them 2 years to turn this around, from a financial. But it's one of those where if you already have an LA shaft, are you buying more is, you got to give this the market and everybody that's had it, it's in 2 years, people are going to want again to do those upgrades and have those different shafts, in there. And I think where the market is for them right now and scaling back, you may not hear about them for another year, year and a half. But I think towards the end of 2027, coming into 2028, I think that name in shafts is really going to come back around with the next generation of people entering their 30s and 40s with disposable income to kind of where a lot of people are right now that have gone out and gotten the shaft upgrades in the clubs, and the market has been saturated. It's going to take a year or two for that to roll around and become reciprocal all over again.
Well, let me ask you this question.
Really quickly, I want to read a comment. First off, Desert Fox Golf and the Ocala Golfer, thank you guys for watching tonight. From the Ocala Golfer, by the end of 2027, big name brand companies buy them for pennies on the dollar and rebrand them.
So funny enough, that was the question I was just about to ask. That was really the question I was going to ask, because we've had other people on this show before, a famous club maker in the past, that his company was sold to someone else. Do we see that LA Golf gets sold to another shaft company, or do we think they could get sold to a major OEM and become the shaft of that brand? Like they sell that technology off, because that's really what you're buying. You're not buying the name, you're not buying anything like that. Yeah. The name will go away, but you're buying the technology that they have. Do we see that as a possibility in the next year, 2 years down the road?
Well, anything's possible.
Well, because that's, to be honest,
you stick the right dollar figure out there, and anything is possible.
I think, from a business standpoint, you have to look at what is LA Golf good at. They're great as a shaft manufacturer, and that's it. Their driver is very forgiving. It doesn't have a lot of pop to it. And the only reason, and it's painful for me to say this, but that came out very clearly on the My Golf Spy 2026 driver survey. The putter they made, they had the best technology in putter heads that I think has ever been designed in that sick descending loft technology. And they screwed it up and made ceramic putters and didn't make metal putters and didn't continue with what Sick had. And they made a crappy putter. And let's be real about it. And I think that when you look at what are you getting if you're buying them, you're getting shafts and you're getting that shaft technology. And Greg, you're right. You're getting the shaft technology is all you're getting. So if you're going to get something out of it, I think when I look at and say, would a Fujikura benefit from them? I don't know that any of the high-end exclusive shaft manufacturers, whether you're Fujikura, whether you're Mitsubishi Technologies,
True Temper,
like any of those, KBS, do I think KBS is the one that may interest me the most, in that they really haven't developed a great graphite shaft. So from that standpoint, would I think that if KBS were to look and say, hey, listen, let's buy this and let's get this technology and figure out how to do this, they would be the ones that I would think might jump into that arena real quick. But when you have to look at what the value right now is for a company like LA Golf, I don't know that it's that high. I don't. Like you are a failing company right now. And when I say they've laid off 80% of their workforce, this is like the 5th round of layoffs they've done. This isn't their first round of layoffs. Like, they've laid off multiple rounds. I know someone personally.
We've worked for companies that we know how this works.
Yeah, like that now works for Lab, that was laid off from them 2 years ago. So this isn't like this is their first round of layoffs and they laid off 80%. They've been struggling for a while. So when you look at the fact that they've been struggling for a while, I just really think that long term, if you're going to look at where do we see LA Golf by the end of 2027, I think it's with somebody else's label on them, and I think somebody buys them out. I don't know. I feel like if it's a KBS or it's an up and coming shaft company that's like, hey, we need to make a splash and get this technology, and we have some PE money, some of that private equity money, then yeah, I think they go after that and try and buy them on the low, because I think you can probably get them on the low.
Well, I think if you get them on the low, to be honest, I might look at, if I'm a club manufacturer, can I have my own shaft brand? And now I can tell you I have our head technology in LA Golf's technology at a fraction of the price, because I think with that technology there, you can sell them for cheaper. That would be a buying point for me if a company was like,
Right.
hey, I now have, this is our baseline shaft because I bought the technology. And now I don't have to, I'm not going to settle as a high end, but I'm going to put it in my shaft. I'm going to look towards that brand and say, hey, now they have a premium shaft with their premium club head. I think that would be a steal for a big OEM.
You know what else could happen? If you took their shafts and, you know, do you think blades can't be forgiving? Think again. Cobra's new 3DP MB Tour and X irons are changing the game with cutting-edge 3D printing technology. Each club head is crafted to deliver a perfect blend of shaping, feel, and forgiveness. The future isn't forged, it's printed. Purchase your set of 3D printed irons today. Learn more at CobraGolf.com.
Hey, I will tell you, I'm just hitting these new King Tech, not the King Tech, the King Tour MB, or yeah. MBs.
You have the flow set, don't you?
Oh yeah, these things.
See, I want the cavity back set, and they are unbelievable. Dave, I would like to ask how your irons are, but you haven't gotten a chance to play yet. So
they're right here.
How do they look? Do they still have the plastic on them?
No, I took the plastic off.
I would have. Hey, Greg, that was a valid question.
It was a valid question.
What model did you get?
I what's that?
What model
you got the DS Adapt.
I got the DS Adapt ones. Yeah.
Nice.
Yeah.
So
he said they smell nice.
They got that new club smell.
Thank you, Ocala Golfer, for that.
I will tell you. If
hey, Dave, by the way. Dave.
Yeah, I see that. I wasn't in Iowa last week.
No, he wasn't. No.
I will tell you, if you are looking for a great set of clubs, check out CobraGolf.com.
Yeah.
For all your club needs. There, they are phenomenal. But all right.
I want to move into another business conversation that's going to lead us to the Masters, because then we're gonna. I know where this is going to go. Liv had I want to say, and the only reason I'll say it's their second most successful event is because Adelaide has happened 2 years in a row. This South African event that's happened this weekend on the Liv Tour, when you see the videos, outside of the video of the fist fight,
I was gonna say, let's break that fight down.
It looked like they had Florida Man there in South Africa.
What was going on in that video?
I think that when you look at what happened in Liv, and I'm going to say this, the videos that I saw of the golf course, the conditions were not great. There's a shot that Bryson hit in the playoff, that 3-wood that Bryson hit in the playoff, that looked like the old days at Disney in August when it was mandatory cart path only, where it was just a complete sponge of a golf course. But they had a lot of fans and a lot of spectators out there, and they've gone to now 2 destinations in Australia and in South Africa where they have put fans in the seats, and I will give them credit for that. I will. Because to me, and Greg, you live where they had their most successful American event, in the event that they had up outside of Indy. When you look at this, and you couldn't have asked if you're Liv, you got the ending that you wanted in Bryson
Rahm versus
and
DeChambeau.
Rahm. Yeah. DeChambeau versus Rahm. I'm going to ask this question. Does Liv need to look at the destinations that it's at and figure out how to do more in hotbeds like this that are already golf hotbeds? Because like they keep saying, "Oh, we're trying to grow the game," but South Africa is already a golf hotbed. They have the Sunshine Tour, DP World Tour goes there. Australia has the Australian Swing, part of the DP World Tour, part of that Australian circuit. Does Liv need to look at their business model and say, how do we capitalize on these markets, or how does their market and what they're doing, is it working?
Well, before we jump into that, you said the key word. Does Liv need to look at their business model? It's just there.
That's also true.
What's the mark on that? 25, 40? Okay, cool. I'm gonna need to pull that later.
Even like I saw something, Gary Player came out and, even said how much he enjoyed, that battle between DeChambeau and Rahm. And I don't think it's about finding the markets that they need to be in, whether it's Australia or South Africa. I think it's about finding the right places to be overall rather than just a few segmented market. I think it's just a matter of finding the right places to be, and I think they're still trying to figure that part out.
Hey, really quickly, congratulations to the LA Golf Club on winning the TGL Championship.
Yep.
Yeah, they shut them out quick. 9-2.
Breaking news live here.
Yes.
Breaking news live. Thanks, Ush, for that little dig here. I appreciated that. Thank you.
So I think that Live Golf has been more successful overseas. They've had one event here in Indianapolis, in Westfield, Indiana, that has been very successful. And from the people that I know that went, said it was a lot of fun to go to. So I think they have a live product that could be successful. But I think you're right, Steve, and I think you're right, Dave. They need to find that market that is the right place. And they do less events. So your travel is not like you're not trying to travel from across the country from one week to the next. Maybe plan out once a month and look at, hey, I'm going to go here and have a great event that might be a little bit longer. Do some things that lead into that event. Kind of like the week of the Super Bowl, the week of the Final Four. It's going to be here in Indy this year. And make it more of a fan event and make it more fun that draws people there. And I think that would be more successful and help, like you said, Steve, grow the game because you're drawing people there. Their TV, no one's watching them on TV. Let's be honest. Compared, more people are watching TGL.
Yeah, I think from a standpoint, they do better internationally because they don't have the Live versus PGA narrative going on as much internationally, because a lot of those places are not necessarily starved for golf, but they just want to go see golf. Whereas here we have it, whether it's on TV or, your backyard, Steve's backyard, mine the next state over. We could get golf here fairly regularly. Whereas when Live travels internationally, they are more stars internationally than they are here in America. And I think because you don't have the Live PGA dynamic when you go play in South Africa or Japan or Australia, and they are just there for golf.
Here's my take on that, and Dave, you make a great point, Dave. I think the problem that I have with that is Liv has had two what I would deem successful events globally. Their Hong Kong event has not taken off. The event in the UK hasn't taken off. They did the event in Singapore, hasn't taken off. Like, they've done all of these events, and you look at what they've done, and Australia is a golf hotbed that, I mean, think about it. When Adam Scott won the Masters, like, Australia almost like sank because it was such a big deal that Adam Scott won the Masters. I don't see. I see when you look at Adam Scott. When you look at Australia, when you look at South Africa, great. And again, this goes back to something we've talked about on this show before, Greg, where Liv failed in the beginning because they didn't put, and they still haven't done it. They haven't put geographical locations behind their team, so you don't have a rooting interest for them. They tried to do it with players, and you have the UK team and the Majestics, Magic Sticks, whatever we're calling them. You have the team from Australia and the Rippers. You have Oosthuizen's team, which is the South African team, but you still haven't branded them to those locations. The other thing I think that Liv really fails to do is they also struggle to get the best quality golf courses in that area. And when you struggle with that, and you look at what the PGA Tour has, when you put an event up against the PGA Tour a week ago, and the PGA Tour is at TPC Sawgrass, and you struggle with an event in Hong Kong that really doesn't do anything, like you can't compete when you're going up against the Players Championship. And I hate to say this, but the golf course this past week and I was there at Valspar, didn't look great on TV, but it still looked better than what they had in South Africa.
Well, and the other thing that you're really competing with here is on those courses is you're trying to say you're at the same level as the PGA, but you're just starting out. You're an up-and-coming league. You need to work your way to that. So you're not going to get those courses that you think you have. That's like coming in as a rookie and thinking you're going to be the best player in any sport out there. But no, you got to start and get better. Look at Victor Wembanyama in the NBA. He's all the hype that was there, but his first 2 seasons, he had to work his way up to where he is today.
Here's the other problem, though. Here's the other problem. And I found this out, and I'm not going to tell you who it was, but it's somebody who has been a guest on our show. Okay, and that's all I'm going to say. I had a conversation with him about Live Las Vegas. Okay. That week, they were at Las Vegas Country Club, and it's a course that I've played. It's a great golf course. It's a fun golf course to play. I'm going to preface it. It's a fun golf course to play. Is it the best golf course I played in Las Vegas? No.
The match was played a better golf course in Las Vegas.
Yeah, right. But nobody wanted to host them. So they're running into a problem where these golf courses don't want to host them because they don't want to be associated with Live, because they would much rather be associated with the PGA Tour. So I think if you're in the case of Shadow Creek, and let's just call it what it is, they hosted the match out there. If you're Shadow Creek, you're going to look at Live and be like, no, you ain't coming here. It was also Super Bowl week, so you were stuck in that all these golf courses wanted to get top dollar because they could charge a premium that week.
Well, I also think that they're looking at the strain it puts on the golf course itself, too.
Right.
So it costs the course to host these events. So you have to have some backing behind that. When a PGA Tour comes to town, there's a lot that goes on. There's a lot of preparation for that, a lot you have to do. I don't think Liv has that structure in place yet. So it's more strain on the course probably than the PGA. So I think that's another reason behind it, because you're not going to get a return on investment like you're going to get from the PGA. Correct.
Hey, Greg, really quickly, Matt Burns says, "What up, Greg, buddy?"
Hey, Matty B. Hey, if I'm gonna plug Matty B. Matty B is doing a fundraiser for Best Buddies out there. Best Buddies is a great organization that helps people out. Check out Matt Burns and his donations. He is one of the best fundraisers in the country for Best Buddies, so check him out. I will put a link on our website. I don't know if they're still doing donations, but they do it every year. And Matt is also one of the best golfers I know out there. So, hey, Matty B.
So, I think that there's some let's go to and let's talk about the finish as we lead into, obviously, we're 2 weeks from Augusta.
Not that you're counting down or anything.
No, not that I'm counting down. So Bryson and Rahm are obviously playing some really good golf right now. There's some polls out there that list Rahm as the second best golfer in the planet right now. I think some of his, Rahm has had one finish outside of the top 10, and that was a finish for 11th, one shot out of a top 10 in a live event since he's gone there. Now that has to be skewed really quickly because that's like 20%, and then you have to look at what's 20% of the PGA Tour, yada, yada, yada. And you have to look at the quality of the field. I don't think the quality of the fields are as good, but Rahm and Bryson, and it's been one of the rubs that I have said, and I've been very vocal about this. I've never been really impressed with everyone's like, oh, Bryson's great. Bryson doesn't win on the Live Tour. Bryson's now won twice on the Live Tour, and I will give him credit, and I'll give credit where credit is due. Congratulations, Bryson, on winning your second event this year. As we get ready for Augusta, there was a post that came out this week that I saw. Should the PGA Tour be scared of Live as they walk into Augusta?
Nope.
No. Now,
okay.
Here's what I will say. Should they be scared of Jon Rahm? Yes, because Jon Rahm is playing phenomenal. They have played 5 events, and he has gone second, first, fifth, second. That's what he has done out there. And I don't care. It's a shortened field, not as competitive. To be second or first the whole time, that's still pretty dominant, no matter what you're doing out there. So I think Rahm and Bryson has gone back-to-back wins. I think those two, yes. But we have seen year in and year out that the best player on Live, who, what was it? Last year, what's his name? Joaquim has been dominant on Live last year. And then when he came to any of the majors, didn't really do much overall.
Correct.
So
finished 9th at the PGA. I'll give him the 9th at the PGA. I'll look at it and say it.
No, he had one good finish there, but overall he didn't really impress. He wasn't being talked about like Bryson was being talked about. But I think Bryson and Rahm, I think they're getting back into form. I think playing 4 rounds now is getting them back into how they used to play. So now they're even being more successful on Live. That's where I think the 4 rounds really makes a difference. And we've seen that on the PGA Tour that the leader going into Sunday is not the person who has won on Sunday.
Mm-hmm.
So, but I think I know. And when
Dave, Dave, how you feeling about that? By the way, I'll just ask that question really quickly.
I think when it comes to Augusta, you don't have to be in the PGA field, week in and week out. It's Augusta. We've seen guys come back there. It's the one, that is on the same course year in and year out. It's why, Fred Couples is a safe pick to make the cut every single week or every single year at Augusta. I think these guys like Bryson and Rahm can come in there, that especially Rahm, knowing the course, he's there for the Champions Dinner, and that course just plays different in the terms of major golf than the other 3.
Well, speaking of playing different,
Dave, I'm going to ask you a question really quick. Oh, okay. Go ahead there.
Make sure that you are using Bridgestone Tour golf balls with the Mindset technology. These golf balls will change your game. The new Velo Surge technology is unbelievable. It is nothing like I've ever felt in a golf ball before. So if you're looking for the best golf ball out there, make sure you're checking out Bridgestone Golf. Sorry.
Dave, I'm going to ask about a Bridgestone staffer.
Yep.
Who may or may not be over Greg's and mine shoulders here in an autographed stock photo.
Yeah, I don't have one of those.
He's in the field this week. All right, he is currently listed in the field at Augusta.
Yep.
He may have been playing golf tonight.
He may have played golf tonight. Do you think
misses the cut?
And you said that he what?
Hold up. That deserves a hot take right there, Dave. What did you just say?
Think he misses the cut.
Tiger misses the cut.
You said that Freddie can show up and make a cut at Augusta and contend.
Yeah.
Every year. He's 60-something years old.
Yeah. His back's in better shape than Tiger's.
That's saying something for Freddie's back.
No, and here's the thing. It's just we've seen Tiger play at TGL. You know, he hasn't. I would love to be wrong. I'd love to see Tiger in contention. My track record this year on picking things is not great. So
Tiger's going to win it all.
Give a quick shout out. The Chasing Daylight podcast just joined us on Instagram. I just want to say what's up to those guys. They're super good dudes. They come on a little later on Tuesday nights than us, so you can watch us and watch them. And mad props for those guys. They're good dudes. So, but yeah, Dave, I appreciate the hot take there. And I will take that hot take, and I might also agree with the hot take that he doesn't make the cut.
Oh, so here's what I actually think. I think that he might not even play. That's where I actually think might happen. Not that he won't make the cut. I think he might get there, and he has to do a lot of prep listening to this. No, I think right now he is planning on playing. I do think that is happening. I think his plan is to play.
I was texting with somebody today who may or may not be in the know, and I asked the question about it. And there are questions about him being able to walk 4 rounds of 18 holes at Augusta and whether or not he can do that. So that question is already on the table. Especially if you walk the
wrong direction around the course.
You never want to walk up 10.
Don't walk up 10.
Never walk up 10.
No, don't walk up 10. But hold on.
And when we say walk up 10, we mean from the green to the tee.
Yeah, so, we did that. Oh, we lost Steve.
Steve's out of here. But here's what I would say. I think that Tiger could get there. I think if you've had Achilles surgery plus back surgery, Augusta, we've all been there, and we've all walked that course for a day, not 4 days in a row. It can
without
be
swinging golf clubs as hard as Tiger swings golf clubs. Now, is it the best thing for golf for Tiger to play in the Masters and for Tiger to play all 4 days? It's ratings hand over foot.
It's the best thing for golf fans. Yeah, we're all going to go nuts.
I'm intrigued to see what the ratings are tonight with him playing tonight in TGL, because I think they're going to be astronomically better than TGL has had all year, which is still better than what Liv gets.
Yeah, it's the Tiger factor. So, and I think him being in the field as of right now leads. Not that every podcast or news outlet is going to talk about the Masters for the next 2 weeks ad nauseum anyway, but Tiger being in the field and the what ifs for another magical Tiger run is on the tip of everybody's tongue.
Here's the problem. 2019 shouldn't have been a surprise. He was playing halfway decently and going to a course that he had a ton of knowledge in. And again, like you said, Freddie Couples, any of those guys that are in the champions locker room at Augusta, they all have a leg up when they get to there. I think the problem that you have this year is that Tiger hasn't had a lot of reps. Tiger's going to have to walk a golf course that's not an easy walk.
You should just play a 7-iron all the way around.
We're going 10 cup. Wow, Roy McAvoy idea. I like it. I think that you're going to see I think you see 78, 76, hop on the jet, fly home.
So I will tell you from watching TGL.
Oh, here's a hot take. I'm going to throw this up there really quickly.
Oh, wow. Yeah, that would be an interesting photo shoot.
You know what? I'm going to go one further. With the beef with Rahm not wanting to pay his fines, I kind of want to see him put it on Rahm.
I don't think there's beef with Rahm and Rory. I think there's more beef with Rahm and DeChambeau. That would be just, they were the two faces. But going back to Tiger here real quick. So the hole on TGL that's kind of named after Tiger and his stinger.
Yeah.
I saw Tiger hit a 274-yard stinger with ease tonight on there and outdrove
Tommy Fleetwood.
Not Fleetwood. Was it Fleetwood that hit
the Gala?
Yeah.
Next? Oh, it was Fleetwood.
It was Fleetwood.
Okay. And
it
by
was
like 30 yards, it was pretty impressive. Tiger still has the power there. Now, TGL, Augusta, very different. Like we said, this is a simulator. He only has to walk like 10 feet to a putting green, where he has to walk all of Augusta. So that's where it'll be interesting. I don't know what he's done in this time off. Has he played? He hasn't played competitively, but Tiger's very competitive. I think if he is in shape, he will make the cut. But I think if he's not up to form and he's just doing this to get out there might be a chance, like I said, he doesn't play.
Yeah. Because Tiger just doesn't go and show up with the idea that he's not going to win. This is Tiger after all. And if he doesn't feel that he can be competitive over 4 days, he's going to back it off and, and
I think he should.
Tee shot with Jack.
I think he should back it off because I don't want him to get more injured.
Yeah.
And then we never see it again. I'd like to see him get back into shape.
We still want to see Tiger play Champions Tour. We want to see him at Augusta for years to come. And he just needs to do what's right by him. But it's going to be the hot topic for the next 2 weeks until it's a yes or no out of Tiger's mouth.
Take today. I was listening to 5 Clubs this morning with Gary Williams. I want to give Gary a shout out because he always has great guests. And they were talking about something today that I thought was very interesting, and that they think Tiger is trying to peak for the Senior Open because Tiger will be the first player to ever win the Junior Am, the Open, and the Senior Open.
It'd be interesting to see. I mean, that's where we want to see Tiger continue to play and continue to play at that competitive level that he loves to play at. So I'm hoping that he makes a run for it, but doesn't overdo it if he doesn't need to.
Yeah.
But God, imagine if on Sunday Tiger is in contention, the ratings that the Masters would have on Sunday.
Yep.
He would break TV, is what he would
That's
do.
what I'm saying. TV would
you know what else?
Down.
But you know what would give you some clarity?
The Nikon
Cool Shot.
The Nikon Cool Shot. Lock in your yardage with the Nikon Cool Shot rangefinders, fast, accurate distances, slope technology, and crystal clear optics, so you can pick the right club with total confidence. Nikon Cool Shot. See it, shoot it, stick it.
Best rangefinder in the game, clearest optics
in the game.
OLED.
The official rangefinder of the LPGA Tour and the Golfing Dads.
The Golfing Dads. So, Tiger's a dad. Tiger's got a kid going to Florida State. And if you're looking for kids clubs, make sure you're checking out Upswing for all of your kids' golfing club needs. These clubs grow with you. The shafts are interchangeable.
Grow like a pro.
Grow like a pro with Upswing Golf. My son loves his set.
Valspar. Let's go to Valspar.
I'm telling you.
Yeah,
3.
One.
I got 3. We're not even to the first major, and I've already picked 3 winners.
I was out there on Friday.
Drink.
You know, I know he's been watching TGL. I'm surprised we haven't gotten a dumb comment from him tonight. I was out there on Friday, had a great time. I've played the golf course. It's a great golf course. I still think 16 is one of the hardest holes I've ever played. I do think when you look at the field at Valspar, I think Valspar is a great golf tournament. I really do. I think the golf course is great. It's a narrow golf course. It's not something we see where you can bomb and gouge it all day like these guys like to do on tour. But I also think that the golf course it's an older golf course. I only saw, I think, 5 holes. I saw 11, 9, 10, 18, and 1. Didn't walk around a lot. We were in the suite on 18, so go drink.
Drink.
The golf course itself was, I think, played great. I think congratulations to Matt Fitzpatrick. I really, again, it's been interesting because when you look at the last few winners on the PGA Tour, not that Dave would be able to point out a trend going into this week, but you've had guys that have finished in the top 5 winning the following week on the PGA Tour.
I will tell you, I will say you don't want your pick to be the leader going into Sunday because that
you do not
has been also
no.
I think the only one in my 3 picks that I have gotten correct, I think Goddard was leading going into Sunday at the Sony.
He was.
That was the only one of the ones that I've picked that have won that has finished off on Sunday, but that was also early in the season.
Yeah,
we're still early in the season, but that has also been a trend where people haven't been able to finish up here, and that's why I always say that 4th round really lets the cream rise to the top and brings out a champion.
I feel bad for Snedeker. I do. And, the guy went, the double bogey just kind of, or just the 3-putt double just kind of killed him there. But I have one question to ask both of you. And I think I saw it more in this tournament than anything else. And I just want a quick thought on this before we get into the odds and we wrap it up. A quick thought on DODs. Because I saw it quite a bit this weekend on drivers off the deck.
I mean, if you can pull it off, it's great.
Yeah.
And
are we talking about tour players DOD? Because every one of them can do it. Like,
I know. Well, is it going to be the new trend in golf now?
No, it's not going to be the new trend in golf. It's one of those where if you have the shot, you take it and it works. I think the mini driver has brought the DOD kind of back into the limelight. Because if you can do it with that, you can do it with the driver. And if you need that,
right,
it's a risk reward thing. I don't recommend it for any player that's just a casual golfer because just try it, see what happens. You got to hit that thing the right way. So, I think that's interesting. But let's get congratulations to my pick, Mr. Matthew Fitzpatrick.
So
great.
You have the honors this week, picking first.
While you have the honors, I do want to point out that you need to level up your style with Golfish. Premium fit, bold designs, and gear that looks just as good at the clubhouse as it does over a cold one after the round. Whether you're teeing it up or turning into the tavern, rip a brand that lives and breathes the game. Golfish, made for golfers by golfers.
Hey, if you are looking for the most comfortable golf attire out there, check out the great people at Golfish. That team over at Golfish is unbelievable. You are getting products from people that are passionate about what they do, and it is the most comfortable stuff. I wear it almost every single day. Love it. Mm-hmm. Get yourself some Golfish. All right, so I picked first this week.
So Minwoo Lee 15-1, got her up 20.5. Sam Burns 23.5. Jake Knapp 24. Kitayama 24.5. Brooks 25. Ricky and Nikolai Hogart at 27. Ben Griffith and Theoren Bjornsson at 32. Harris English 37. His brother Rasmus at 42. Taylor Pendrith and Shane Lowry at 44. Thagala at 45. Wyndham Clark at 45. Jason Day at 52. Finau at 66, and kind of just keeps going down from there.
So,
Greg?
With my pick, my player needs a top 5 finish to make the Masters.
I know who it is.
Yes, we have talked about this, Steve. Or if he doesn't get a top 5 this week, he needs to win next week to have a chance or to qualify for the Masters. Give me Ricky Fowler this week. I think he does it. I think he gets his win this week.
I couldn't take him this week.
Exactly. I think that he gets his win this week, or he gets at least a top 5. I think this is a good week for him because if he can focus and do this, he has been playing well this year. He has made every cut that he has played. I think that this is the time for him to show what he can do, and this will make or break him.
Okay. So give me like it.
So because I've been so good at picking this year, I put a whole bunch of names in a hat.
Yes!
And I am just going to randomly draw a name out of a hat.
Oh, I want the hat to win.
And the name is...
But Ricky's still got to get a top 5.
Oh, how about this? I get Wyndham Clark.
Nice. Okay.
If I didn't put names in a hat, I was probably going to take Brooks, but I went with names in a hat this week.
I'm gonna go on a limb and take a guy who played great last week, played great at Bay Hill too. And I'm gonna take Marco Penge.
Okay.
Ooh,
I like that.
That's a good one. I think
that fits the trend
in the hat.
I think that fits the trend of what you just said. So
yeah, so that's why I'm taking him. Like, I feel like he's been playing some good golf. And I think that he is on the trend. I'm going to go on the trend right now is what I'm going to do. And that's what I'm going to do.
All right.
But I think the hat and the Dave pick stays now.
I like that. I like the hat.
I like that hat. I do. Hey, Greg, Dave and I talked about it earlier. I told him he had to do it. So.
Yeah.
I think it's a great idea. I think that the hat, I should have done that last year when I was struggling. But
yeah.
Like Ricky Fowler, I had a down year, and I'm coming back this year. So, Ricky Fowler, get your top 5 or your win this week and get to the Masters.
Yeah.
Hey,
Marco Penge coming
last
in at
but
32.
not least, really quick, they're going to be in Houston this week, right? Don't let the sun wreck your round. Protect your skin with Jacket Sunscreen. Lightweight, non-greasy, and built for the long days on the course. Stay protected, stay focused, and keep your game good looking. And don't forget, 20% off with that code GolfingDads at checkout.
Well, with that, what do you think the business of golf is? Where is it going on the tours, in club manufacturing? What do you think? Leave your comments below. Let us know also if there's anything you'd like us to talk about in future episodes as well. And let's get ready. We got, 2 weeks till the Masters?
2 weeks.
Cheers, everybody.
Cheers.